Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel Tarot Z. I'm Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what the messages are that come up with the cards in this reading for you today. Thank you so much for joining and for being here. So let's begin. Let's find out what messages come through and what cards come out. So the first card that we have is the Nine of Cups. So I do feel like you could be dealing with a water sign, so a Cancer, Pisces, or even a Scorpio. We have the King of Cups. And we have the Knight of Swords. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Wands. So this Page of Wands, I do feel like you could be dealing with somebody who's younger, or you could be dealing with somebody who does have the youthful spirits. I do feel like that shows up in the way they present themselves to you. I also feel like this is also a sense of being in the initial stages as far as where you are headed within a connection with someone. I do feel like this is also a very enthusiastic and hopeful and even just excited energy when it comes to what the future may bring in this connection. I do feel like that's a feeling felt on both ends of this Page of Wands showing up over here. And I do feel like there's an open energy with this Page of Wands showing up at the bottom of the deck. I even feel that this connection is one that feels that brings out a very strong sense of feeling. I do feel like there's a sense of being even passionate about it, being excited about it. And I also feel like there's a sense of something that is about to happen within this connection. And I feel like it's bringing in a lot of excitement towards the future. And I do feel like there is a sense of working towards something in this connection and being on the path to being able to achieve some kind of a goal. But with the Nine of Cups showing up over here, I do feel like this person actually really has a lot of joyful energy. I do feel like they're in a space where they are happy, they're excited about your connection. There's a sense of feeling emotionally at home, feeling content and feeling satisfied for this person. And I do feel like you are dealing with a person who is someone who shows that. And I feel like this is the kind of person who, when they are in a space where they feel very content, they feel very satisfied, they show that. So I do feel like this is an energy of a person who even wants to and has thought about being able to actually spoil you. I do feel like there could be some plans for being able to do that. But the King of Cups showing up over here, I also feel like there's a very meaningful sense of being connected with this person. I do feel like there's an emotional bond here with this King of Cups showing up over here, and I feel like you feel it too. With the King of Cups showing up over here, I feel like this is also a very loving energy. And I do feel like this person is someone who means a lot to you. I feel like you feel the connection on a very deep level with this person. And I do feel that with the Knight of Swords, this is an energy of being in a very decisive space within this connection. And I do feel like with this Knight of Swords, this is an energy of being able to trust this person, because I do feel like there's a very direct energy when it comes to them expressing themselves and their words, and their words lining up with the way they feel and their actions. I do feel like it is a very direct energy in that sense. I do feel like there's also a sense of being in a space where someone is actually very, very decisive, and I feel like they want to be able to experience forward progress in this connection. I do feel like with this Knight of Swords that there's also communication over here. I do feel like you're going to be hearing from this person soon. I feel like they're going to reach out. So I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have the Hangman reversed. You could be dealing with a Pisces with this card. We have the Strength card. You do have some Leo energy, between say Leo. And we have the Eight of Wands underneath this Knight of Swords. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Swords showing up in the reverse. So the Seven of Swords showing up in the reverse, I do feel like this is a very truthful energy. I also feel like there's something that this person wants to be able to relate to you, to communicate to you. I also feel like it's important to be able to have a very open communication in this connection. I do feel like with the Seven of Swords, this feels like someone who's about to make an admission, make a confession within this connection. I do feel like that is something that this person may be having a hard time keeping within and wants to be able to actually get across to you. I do feel like with the Seven of Swords showing up in the reverse though, that the communication lines are open in this connection. And with the Hangman showing up in the reverse, I also get that there's a sense of being in a space of developing a sense of certainty, and I feel like there's also a sense of confidence within being able to experience that sense of certainty for this person, and feel like it's coming from the way that you make this person feel. I do feel like with the Hangman that this is an energy of being able to actually experience a more free moving kind of connection, as opposed to feeling like there is a sense of really overthinking things, and also being in a space where there's a feeling of things being stuck. This does feel like being able to actually experience the enjoyable side of the connection, and I do feel like there's also a sense of the impact that you have on this person, especially emotionally and upon their feelings, is something that they feel quite strongly. I also feel like with the Strength card clarifying this King of Cups, this does feel like a very strong connection as well. I do feel like with the Strength card showing up over here, that this is also an energy of being able to feel this connection very deeply. I also feel like with this Strength card, this is an energy about really connecting from the heart. I do feel like with the Strength card, that there is a very strong connection here. I also feel like it's a very resilient one, and it is one that does stand the test of time. I feel like being able to go through challenges and that connection still maintaining its tact. I do feel like with this Eight of Wands and this Knight of Swords, that this does feel like very quick energy when it comes to being able to experience progress in a connection. I do feel like there's a very decisive energy over here, and I feel like there's communication with this Eight of Wands as well as this Knight of Swords. I do feel like there is a sense of being able to hear from someone, and I feel like the way they're communicating, and it's in a very clear and also decisive way. So I do feel like that also brings back the sense of being able to have a connection where the communication is open, and I feel like it leaves little room for being in a space of confusion with that Seven of Swords showing up in the reverse. So I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have Virgo with I Analyze. And we have the third house with Messages. And we have the seventh house with Partners. So with the Virgo card, I do feel like you could be dealing with a Virgo. That's also possible. I do feel like with this Virgo card showing up over here, on top of this Hangman showing up in the reverse, that this does feel like a sense of clarity that this person has. This newfound sense of really having more clarity upon the way this connection is making them feel. And I do feel like with that Nine of Cups showing up above this card, this does feel like being in a space where it's bringing a lot of enjoyment. And I do feel like this does feel like getting to a place of clarity within themselves, being able to show up in a way where they are also very determined to be able to express to you in a very clear way the way forward in your connection. Because I do feel like this is a very decisive energy. This person has made their mind up, and I feel like with the Messages card showing up over here, that you're going to be hearing from this person. I feel like there's a lot of communication, and do you feel like there's a lot of messages as well. And do you feel like with this third house card showing up over here, that this also has to do with your communication in this connection? It takes a very loving nature. I also feel like there's also a very honest sense of being able to communicate. I feel like it's coming from the heart, and it's one that you can trust as far as the communication. I feel like with the seventh house and Partners, this does feel like a sense of being in partnership with a person who's a complementary partner to have. I Do you feel like with the 7th house, this does feel like also a very serious energy when it comes to the partnership. I feel like there's a serious approach towards it. I also feel like it's quite intentional too. So with this showing up, I do feel like this does feel like a connection that has a lot of a very promising energy to being able to establish a sense of partnership. So I do feel like with that Knight of Swords, this energy may be coming in within this connection in a way that feels unexpected, or it could feel like it is something that is happening in a way that is, I feel like it may feel rushed when it comes in, but I do feel like there's a very certain energy to it, and a very intentional one at that. So I do feel like you'll be hearing from someone very soon. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Cancer, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Cancer.